Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, shot too much. back, and sooner or later, what comes around goes around. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, not too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. Shifting buttons, fell in love, and now I'm left with this wanting. It's haunting. The poison lips, sinking ships, leaving me in the ocean, and I'm drowned with the tide. Giving in like a death by 1,000 concessions. Your confession, you never loved me for who I am, just what you wanted from me. Talking like strangers wrapped in a anger. It's going down. We'll end up back, and sooner or later, what comes around goes around. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, all too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. There's nowhere left to hide. There's nowhere left to hide. From head to my toes, I can feel it in my bones. When I take it down, I know I'm never letting go. When I think I regret, make you want me to forget. Every night I'm making what is meaningless sex. Now my heart is in the ball of your rain, your satisfaction. Wanna quit fucking, now you're looking for some action. Better run quick or just quit, chasing what you're after. Talking like strangers wrapped in a anger. It's going down. We'll end up back, and sooner or later, what comes around goes around. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, all too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. Breaking hearts, showing scars, leave me ripped apart. Cold to touch, all too much, but it's never enough. I'm searching inside, but there is nowhere to hide. Shifting buttons, fell in love, and now I'm left with this wanting. It's haunting. Poison lips, sinking ships, leaving me in the ocean, and I'm drowned with the tide. Giving in like a death by 1,000 concessions. Your confession, you never loved me for who I am, just what you wanted from me. Talking like strangers wrapped in a anger.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men a woman not never to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights, and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man,
Donovan Sharpe.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the 699th edition of TSR Primetime. Your nightly dose. Wait a minute. I gotta find my new salutation. There it is. TSR Primetime, where we do not apologize for being men and strive to live lives of masculine dominance. We are multi-streaming live to Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and of course, in crystal clear 4K to Sharpe stream. So wherever you are, however you are watching, I sincerely thank you for giving me the privilege and honor of allowing me to share my knowledge with you. We are brought to you in part by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 energy and focus supplement on the planet. Get good, clean energy and laser focus for hours without the crash or the jitters. Support your productivity and the show by going to donovansharpe.com/Gorilla Mind Rush to get your hands on a bottle or 20. It is Thursday, December 17th of 2020. It is good to have you guys in this evening. Good show in store for you guys today, man. This is going to be a very, I guess, educational show, as my water bottle is not supposed to be visible by the audience. There's another little snafu there. I put in a lot of work over these last couple of days, man. It's been and it's been fun, man. It's been a good time. I do like creating content, and creating more content obviously means a much busier schedule. All the production that you see here, I do it all myself. I do all the show prep by myself, and so every once in a while, I will be a little bit late getting on the air. But we are here. We are ready to roll. I'm glad to be doing this. I'm glad to be doing this for a living. Later on in the show, we're gonna get into the Patrice O'Neal voicemail box. We got a lawyer whose sort of introduction, more or less, to the red pill was an inmate. Very, very interesting phone call that was. We also have a guy who wanted to compliment Dr. Thunder for his for his interview of me. I think it was about a week and a half ago. We did it, I think, last Thursday or something like that. Up on his channel, not up on mine. It wasn't fully monetized, but guy wanted to call in and show his appreciation. And then it's finally happened. It's finally happened, guys. Somebody called in to defend the Sigma male. That's right, gentlemen. That's right. Someone called into the show. Now, listen, man, he doesn't necessarily defend the Sigma male, not that I know of, but it like the way he worded things, it kind of led me to believe that he sort of was. You know, oh, wait a minute, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. He didn't call in to defend them, per se, so to speak-ish. I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that. But that's not what I wanted to do with the camera. All kinds of shenanigans going on here, guys. I do apologize. This is terrible. There we go. I want to make sure that work harder is in view. There we go. All right. Okay. All right, let me shout out my guys in Sharpe Stream before we get this party started here. Apollo 137, shout out to you, my friend. JB84, James Young, Hellfong. King of Life is in the house. Good to see you in here. King of Life has a gif of Ronnie Coleman squatting 800 pounds. Holy bleep. That dude was a monster, man. Like, Ronnie Coleman was an absolute behemoth. 800-pound squat, man. It's incredible. It's incredible. Apollo says the gym's being closed is killing me. Hitting the weights heavy. Yeah, man, I don't know if we're going into another lockdown or not. Things appear to be getting worse as far as positive tests and hospitals being overflowed and people, passing, but I don't know, we'll see. I mean, listen, Devin and I, we've flown all around the country during this whole pandemic, and we're both negative for COVID. Like, she took the test. If she doesn't have it, then I don't have it. And if I don't have it, she doesn't have it. So we'll see what happens. EDM is in the house. Good to see you in here. Sambata is in the house. Holy smokes, man. Been a while since I've seen him in here. Sambata, of course, is the voice of the Rational Male. So it is good to see him in here. Yeah, Devin says, if I was going to get COVID, I would have gotten it traveling to Detroit, Florida, Vegas, Reno, or Atlantic City. We think we got it around this time last year. Yeah, you know what's interesting? Yeah, she's right. She's right. We actually, and I don't want to make this a 91 Devox show, but right around this time last year, it was like a week before Christmas, Dev got really, really sick. She was sick for like 3 days. Then I think it was on Christmas Day, I'm sitting on the couch, I think we're watching Forensic Files or something, and all of a sudden, I just get the chills. Everything comes up. Everything's coming out of both ends for the next 3 days, and then I'm good. Well, a month and a half later, we hear about this beer bug starting to go around, and it never occurred to us that we may have had it. So then, of course, the lockdown comes in May, and, you know, the rest is history. But looking back at last Christmas, man, we may very well have had it, and that may very well be why we don't have it now. Because we've been all over the place. We've been all over the place, man. We've been to Nevada twice, been to Florida 2-3 times, been to Detroit, Michigan. We've been all over the place. We're headed to North Carolina next week. Go see my family for Christmas. My immediate family. So who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Deacon Dave, welcome to the chat. Thank you for your support. The Marfuki man with the $50 super chat says, don't forget about your boy, Matt. Now put that apron on and cook these crystal swirlers. Ah, boy. Yep. Yeah, you know, we're going to get into this in just a minute. Before we get into the video that I am going to break down, I am actually going to read an article by Jason Whitlock that actually ties into what we are going to be discussing this evening. And I want you guys to stay with me. It is sports related, okay? But hell, let's just go ahead and get started, man. Let's go ahead and get started. So Jason Whitlock, today I actually got this in my inbox. He wrote an article on his website, Outkick. Outkick is fearless. Yes, this is Jason Whitlock, formerly of ESPN and more recently Fox Sports. Whitlock is a different dude, man. He's a black conservative. He has spoken out, vehemently spoken out against Black Lives Matter, social justice warriors, and so on and so forth. He is very, very critical of Colin Kaepernick. But he's very, very honest. He actually recently was on Hotep Jesus' channel, and Jason Whitlock, had an interview with President Trump. So clearly Whitlock swings from the right side of the plate. He's a right-handed hitter. That's all there is to it. But he wrote an article entitled "Black Matriarchy Plays Significant Role in the Plight of Black College Football Coaches." Now, when I saw the name of this article, I was like, okay, black matriarchy. Most black people are raised by black women, but what does that have to do with black college football coaches? So the article starts. It says, the college football world told Derek Mason, Lovie Smith, and Kevin Sumlin, 3 of its 13 Division I head coaches, to turn in their playbooks and leave a forwarding address for the remaining dollars on their contracts. In other words, they got fired. Soon, the TV opinionists, radio talking heads, college football beat writers, and everyone else concerned with being on the right side of Twitter will begin the process of excoriating college football as racist. The excoriation will grow louder, he continues, when the NFL's Anthony Lynn joins his white brethren Dan Quinn, Matt Patricia, Bill O'Brien in the unemployment line. And by the way, those 3 guys, Dan Quinn, Matt Patricia, Bill O'Brien, abject train wrecks. Dan Quinn was the defensive coordinator for the defense for the Seattle Seahawks when they absolutely dump trucked the Broncos in Super Bowl 48. That got him the Atlanta Falcons gig. He took the Falcons to the Super Bowl, had, I think, a 25-point lead after the half, and then, of course, Tom Brady happened. The rest is history. That team, and he has never been the same since. Let's continue. In recent years, when high-profile black football coaches have failed, the coroner has never really examined their body of work in search of a cause of death. It is as if, for black head coaches, death is expected. There's nothing to learn. I'm reading through this quickly because I want you guys to get the background in terms of what we're talking about, but when we get to the poignant parts, I'm definitely going to slow down. The prevailing wisdom among the woke is that all black problems have white solutions. Things didn't work out for Mason at Vanderbilt, Smith at Illinois, and Sumlin at Arizona because college football hasn't hired enough black coaches. Football is racist, he sarcastically states. Everybody knows that. The white men who coach it, organize it, fund it, and select the head coaches are modern-day Calvin Candy, the fictional Mississippi slave owner in the movie Django Unchained. By the way, if I can digress here for a second, Calvin Candy was dude, I'm going to tell you what, Leonardo DiCaprio may very well go down as one of the greatest actors of our time. We all hated Calvin Candy in that movie, but dude, DiCaprio played his arse off. Very, very underrated actor. He should have won an Oscar by now. Maybe that's all true, Whitlock continues, but I'm not sure that explains why 41 years after Wichita State made Willie Jeffries the first black man to lead a Division I football program, that big-time college football has yet to produce its version of John Thompson or Nolan Richardson. 14 years after Illinois State University made Will Robinson D1's first black basketball head coach, John Thompson won a national title at Georgetown and built a dynasty that rewarded Thompson's top assistant coach, Craig Esherick, and eldest son, John Thompson III, they call him JT3, and the greatest player, Patrick Ewing, with the head coaching position. By the way, so Tom Brokaw says he did win an Oscar. Okay, never mind. All right. Anyway. John Thompson, Georgetown University, dude, coached a lot of the greats, Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing, Dikembe Mutombo, Allen Iverson. His legacy is secure. A decade later, Nolan Richardson matched Thompson's feat, winning a national title at Arkansas, and appearing in 3 Final Fours. Richardson's top assistant, Mike Anderson, would later become the head coach of the Razorbacks. I bring this all up because I spent Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday this week researching, thinking, and discussing the plight of black college football coaches. Stay with me here, guys. I'm amazed, he continues, at how little information about black football coaches is actually out there. It is easy to find story after story complaining that college football decision makers are racist or biased. Maybe I didn't know where to look, but I couldn't find a comprehensive list of the black men who have been named head football coach of a Division I school. I spent a day and a half, he says, of compiling my own list. By my count, 53 black men have led a Division I program. Here's my link to the full list. Check it out. Perhaps I missed some. My point is that everyone loves to complain about the black opportunity for black college football coaches. No one has actually examined what we, black men, have done with the opportunities that we've earned and what we can learn from those successes and failures. I have literally never read this fast in my life. I don't know how I'm doing this. Like, this is not something that I do. I don't know why I'm just flying through this. Holy smokes. When it comes to black football coaches, everyone seems to agree white racism is the problem. Should we look any further? Should we explore any potential complications? In 41 years, 53 black men have been named head coach of Division I programs 74 times. 9 of those men, Kevin Sumlin, David Shaw, Charlie Strong, James Franklin, Herm Edwards, Jimmy Lake, Ruffin McNeil, Randy Shannon, Carl Durrell, have winning records. So who's been the most successful? It has to be Stanford's David Shaw, followed by Penn State's James Franklin, and then 3 guys who are sidelined as head coaches, Charlie Strong, Louisville, Texas USF, Kevin Sumlin, and Tyrone Willingham. Shaw is the cream of the crop, he says. He and Franklin are the only black coaches to win Power 5 conference titles. Shaw won the Pac-12 3 times. His 2015 team finished 12-2 and ranked number 3 in the country. By the way, David Shaw, I think, coached Andrew Luck for a couple of years. I think he did for a couple of years. Jim Harbaugh, I think, recruited Andrew Luck. I don't know how far that goes. His 2015 team finished 12-2 and ranked 3 in the country. Franklin won the Big Ten in 2016. Only 3 other black head coaches have won a conference title. Turner Gill, Michael Haywood, and Dino Babers won the Mid-Atlantic Conference. Shaw has won 88 games in 10 years at Stanford. Stanford is interesting. He says the school has had 3 black coaches, all of whom would be considered successful. Shaw, Willingham, and Denny Green, which is Dennis Green, the late, great Dennis Green, may God rest his soul, the old Minnesota Vikings head coach. Willingham won 44 games at Stanford, including 9-3 in a season 2001 that landed him the Notre Dame job. Denny Green took a terrible Stanford program over at Stanford's terrible program in 89. In his second season, he upset number 1 ranked Notre Dame. In year 3, he led the Cardinal to an 8-4 season and a second-place finish in the Pac-10. He then left to become the Vikings head coach. So why have all 3 of Stanford's black football coaches succeeded? This is where the rubber meets the road here, guys. Listen to this. So Jason Whitlock says, I have a theory. Stanford, he says, isn't a football factory. It caters to rosters filled primarily with legitimate student athletes from stable family backgrounds. Stanford, he says, is Duke basketball. The racial makeup of the Stanford football team is a bit different from the typical football factory. When he says Stanford football is Duke basketball, when he says the legitimate student athlete, This means an athlete that actually goes to class and excels academically. That's what he means. To get into Stanford, Stanford is academically rigorous, and actually really so is Michigan. Duke, academically rigorous. You can't be a 3.5 student and get into Duke or Stanford. You got to be the best of the best. I would call Stanford and Duke sort of the second tier Ivy League schools. They're not Colgate, Brown, Rice, Yale, Harvard, those brand names, but they're not chopped liver either. Stanford and Duke are legit. Like, it's not a foregone conclusion to fill out a college application and just assume you're going to get into Duke and Stanford. This is why he has aptly made the comparison between Stanford football and Duke basketball. Listen to this. By my rough count and estimate, Stanford's roster is 52% white, 46% black, and 2% other. It's easier, he continues, for black head coaches to lead teams filled with kids from nuclear families. Black kids from broken homes and or with broken father relationships struggle to submit to the leadership of black head coaches. They respond better when the ultimate authority is white or female. I know that sounds crazy to some of you. I know that as a member of the media, I'm supposed to just write that white racism is the explanation for every black problem. But the reality is that insecurity and self-hatred are bigger problems for black male athletes. You can see it in their attraction to the Black Lives Matter movement. BLM is a cry for white love and a white solution to black problems. BLM is a plea for the white daddy to save the black culture. For the last 60 years, he says, black culture has been ruled by the matriarchy and a lack of respect and belief in black men. Kids raised by single mothers and single grandmothers have little regard for black male authority figures. Their irresponsible fathers and bitter mothers gave birth to a cynicism that, if left untreated, quietly haunts the child through adulthood. The culture, he continues, of female dominance, leadership, and worship is now the default culture of black millennials. With 75% of black kids born into single-parent homes, baby mama culture, and the cynicism that goes along with it have been imposed upon black kids from two-parent homes. In order to fit in, and in order to meet Black Twitter's standard of blackness, Carlton from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air must conform to the culture of the matriarchy. In this era, the Atlanta politician Stacey Abrams would have a better chance of duplicating the Georgetown basketball dynasty than Big John Thompson. In an effort to connect with modern black athletes and win the approval of black matriarchal culture, I read so much better when I read faster. All coaches are being forced to conceal their authentic beliefs. They all have to bow at the shrine of the Black Lives Matter and express adoration for all of those names. I don't want to get, I'm probably skating on thin ice as it is. Everyone knows it's all BS. Do you think Nick Saban believes MB? Okay, I don't want to get out of that. Basically what he's asking, do you believe Nick Saban is really woke, right? It's all a charade, Whitlock continues. The athletes know it. A white coach can shed a tear or two inside a team meeting and pacify his players. But for black coaches, the charade is much more serious. Their burden of BLM proof must rise above a reasonable doubt. Team meeting tears are not enough. They must issue bold and provocative public statements to the media denouncing whatever BLM has told them to denounce. They must pretend that they live in daily fear of being ended by authority figures that carry arms. They must invite Dr. Harry Edwards or a local race-baiting equivalent to speak their teams. Black coaches must prove their blackness on command. It's a burden, he continues. They just want to coach football and share the values that help them become successful. Football coaches, regardless of color, generally fit a profile. They're stubborn, conservative, disciplined, traditional, and family-oriented. David Shaw, Kevin Sumlin, Charlie Strong, James Franklin, and Herm Edwards come from similar two-parent backgrounds. Their parents were educators or members of the military or coaches. They were raised in the patriarchal culture commonplace in the 1960s and 1970s. Today's black matriarchy makes coaching more challenging for them. At Stanford, Shaw has the luxury of leading a locker room less hostile to strong black male leadership. That's my theory, he says. Feel free to reject it. I won't be offended. Don't you be offended when I reject the assumption that white racism totally explains the plight of black coaches. Wow. Listen, man. Listen. When I read that, it just, I'm like, it struck a chord for me, man. And I've always been of the, I mean, and I wasn't raised in black culture. You guys know I come from a military family, right? I come from a military family. Everybody was, I guess, treated equally. It didn't matter what you looked like. Everyone sounded the same. Didn't matter if you were black, white, Asian, Hispanic. We all sound just like me. Just like, I guess, Donovan Sharpe, military kid. I didn't really come face to face with, I guess, racial division until I became a civilian. I moved to the state of North Carolina, of all places, when I was 16 years old. And that was 1990, boy, that was 93, I want to say 94. This is 93 or 94. I think it was 94. That was the very first time that I had ever seen, I'm like, okay, why, like, the lunch table, why are all the black kids sitting over here and all the white kids sitting over there? Dude, back when I went to Aliamano Intermediate School, and this was in Hawaii, but this was primarily where the military kids went, we all sat together. Everybody didn't, I mean, color wasn't really a thing. I mean, obviously you can tell somebody is black or white or whatever, but we didn't really separate ourselves like that. When I ended up going to Moanaloa High School, and then Radford High School a little bit later than that. Same deal. Same deal. Now, when I went to high school in Oklahoma, that's when it kind of started to turn for me. Maybe I wasn't really paying attention. Maybe it was the fact that it was a really, really small town in Oklahoma. And I think that we were probably maybe, I don't know, 5 of 25 people living in that town. But it wasn't until I moved to North Carolina where it was right in my face. It was right in my face. And this is when I was thinking to myself, whoa. The point is it had never occurred to me that black women do not respect black leadership. It never occurred to me because it was never really, I don't know, what happened between my parents. I figured, it happens. Kids' parents get divorced. But at the end of the day, that's exactly kind of what this is. That is exactly what we are going to discuss today. What we are going to discuss today is this swirler. I guess, and a swirler is defined as a black woman who primarily dates white guys. This is why, I guess a lot of people say this is why swirlers swirl, because they don't respect nor do they submit to black men. But when it comes to white guys, they're about it. I never heard of that. I had never really been familiar with that, and I hadn't really seen it. But when I watched this video, man, I was like, holy smokes. I can't believe it. Now, we're going to talk about a few different elements when it comes to quote-unquote swirling. Okay, and it's about a 20-minute video. I'm not gonna break down the entire video because we'll be here all night. But what became evident to me was when I saw the wife, the black wife, every time this guy spoke up, she'd fall silent. It was incredible. I was like, dude, I've never seen this before. This whole lack of respect for black male authority is right here in my face. So I figured, you know what? I absolutely, positively have to talk about that. And we will do so here in just a second. Let me read some of the comments here in the chat. James Young says, I hope it's not Crystal Swirls. I don't even know who that is. I know that there is, her name is not Crystal. It's Crystal something, Carzine or whatever. I don't know who she is. But I don't have that problem with her. Yes, Tom Brokaw, aptly correcting me that Leonardo DiCaprio absolutely did win an Oscar. So yeah, good for him. Good for him, man. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, man, Leonardo DiCaprio is, dude, he is one of the most underrated actors of our time, dude. Like he's good, man. He is really, really good. Pardon me. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hang on, guys. Okay, there we go. Gotcha. Okay. Excellent. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. Yeah, the set's a little sloppy. I got my remote control over here. I got my phone over there. Just throwing everything together. You guys are commenting, and then here we go. Tom Brokaw says relevant. Please Hollywood says hashtag who wants to sex. I don't know what that means. Ah, please enter Hollywood says Harbaugh signed him. Shaw coached him. That's right. Yeah, I think Harbaugh. Harbaugh recruited him. I think he coached him for a year. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, Jim Harbaugh is the primary reason why Andrew Luck ended up at Stanford. James Young, $20, says you did a breakdown on her a while ago. I'll catch the rest tomorrow. I have an 11.5-hour day, though I should release my inner Figma and not require sleep. Oh, no. Oh, God. Yes. Yeah, man. God. Oh, boy. Hey, listen, man, I mean, what are you going to do, right? What are we going to do? Tom Brokaw says, damn, this autocorrect. I was typing to type Revenant? Please enter Hollywood says he could have won for The Departed or The Aviator too. Shane, probably the best actor of my generation. Dude, listen, man, to me, the best actors of our time, Christian Bale. Who's the other guy? Oh, my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting who this is. Oh, Christian Bale. Christian Bale, Johnny Depp, Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, and I don't know. We all have different, I guess, standards in terms of who a good actor is. A good actor to me is someone who plays their part so well that we forget who they are, right? Like there are a certain number of actors or actresses in Hollywood. They play the same character in every movie. Julia Roberts, she's the same chick in every movie. Bradley Cooper is the same guy in every movie. Morgan Freeman, Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, they're all the same people in every movie they're in. Hey, you know what? I'm not mad at them, right? They get paid to play the same role, whatever the case may be. But when you get guys, Ed Norton, that's a very good one. Ed Norton is a very good actor. But when you get guys like Christian Bale, who can play in a movie like The Machinist or The Fighter and then turn around and literally triple in weight size in American Hustle, it's incredible. It's incredible. I've never seen anything like him. And then, of course, Johnny Depp, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Captain Jack Sparrow. I mean, dude, he is just... Johnny Depp is exemplary. Daniel Day-Lewis, that's another one. Daniel Day-Lewis is, dude, he is exquisite. He's an exquisite method actor. Exquisite method actor. Yes, here we go. Please enter Hollywood says, yep, Terrence Howard, always the same guy. Will Smith, always the same guy. Denzel Washington, always the same guy. DC Johnson, Jason Statham, always the same guy. Jason Statham was a little bit different in the movie Snatch, in that he wasn't really the alpha male of the movie. But, yeah. Like, and listen, no shade on those guys. But, dude, when you put DiCaprio, Johnny Depp, or Christian Bale on the screen, it's just unbelievable. Yeah, Jesus Christ. James McAvoy. Jesus Christ. James McAvoy played 74 different characters in one movie. He did that in Split. And he played them all. I mean, it's just amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, like, I don't know how Julia Roberts wins the Academy Award for Erin Brockovich. All she did was show her tits and yell at lawyers. That was it. It was just a story. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm glad that, I'm very, very glad. And Val Kilmer, by the way, was very, very good in The Salton Sea. Very good. The Salton Sea was definitely an underrated movie. Definitely underrated. Okay. So let's get to the breakdown of tonight's video. I don't know. I have no idea who these people are. I downloaded the video and watched it. I guess they'll introduce themselves, but whatever channel it's on, that's the movie that it came, or that's the channel it came off of. And what we're going to do is we're going to point out certain absolutes and truths about, you know, the sexual marketplace, the dating market, as well as just racial components between men and women as far as relationships go. So without further ado, away we go.
He wasn't born with it. This ain't Maybelline.
Right. Hello, dear friends.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to the Majestic Family Channel. My name's Jory. This is my lovely wife.
Vitamin or B.
Make sure...
Dude, that old cheesy... Hang on a second. I actually had my earbuds hooked up to this. Not my earbuds, my AirPods. But for whatever reason, freaking OBS, which I'm about to just completely scrap, for whatever reason, if I take them out when I start OBS, I have to restart OBS for them to kick back in. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, but you guys can already tell just by looking at the screen, right? Now, for all you swirlers out there, all of you black women out there who like to talk about, oh, white guys are the best option and this and that and the other. Listen, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. But the white guys that you regularly have access to are guys just like this. He's weak, he's effeminate, he's kind of, you know, he's kind of geeky, right? Black women love to disingenuously pretend that guys who look like, as I have to put on these freaking headphones now. I hate these things. They have to disingenuously act like, pardon me, like the guys they have access to on the dating market are the alpha chads, right? The good-looking guy, the good-looking white guys. No. Listen, man. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just keeping it all the way real. Black women are at the bottom of the sexual totem pole. And the white guys you have access to are not going to be as high a quality as the white guys that white girls have access to. That's just all there is to it. Now, are there some black women who can date higher quality white guys than some white women? Of course. Right? Listen, there are some exquisite black women out there, like the black woman who was on the video that we broke down. I can't wear these. The black woman who was on the video that we broke down the other day, the British black woman. Dude, she was hot, right? I can look, Paula Patton, Megan Good is a smoke show, Kerry Washington, etc., etc. But the average black woman looks just like the one on your screen. And listen, let's just call a spade a spade. Let's just say it out loud. She's overweight. She's got fake hair. So is it any surprise that the white guy she ended up with looks and sounds like this? No, I didn't think so. Let's continue.
You have subscribed to our channel and comment down below so we can stay in touch.
Don't forget to like, share, and turn on your notification bell
so you know when a new video comes out.
Oh, how cute! Yeah. Oh my God, let's watch that again. This is just ridiculously cheesy.
Like, share, and turn on your notification bell
so you know when a new video comes out.
Oh, how cute! How cute! Ay. This is uncomfortably cheesy. This is uncomfortably. Look at this guy. Look at the smile on this guy. Do you think this guy, not that women ever have to defend themselves, because women are very rarely exposed to imminent danger. They just aren't anymore. That's just all there is to it, right? But do you think this dude could ever handle like a burglar, right? Like if somebody breaks into their house, do you think she thinks this guy can defend the castle? I don't know. Listen, that's only a question I think that she can answer. Oh, God.
Today we've got something. A little something.
Okay, that looked a little bit fruity. Let's rewind that. Watch this.
So you know when a new video comes out.
Oh, my God.
Today we've got...
Now, and listen, man, I'm not trying to be hard on this guy, right? For all I know, this guy might... Listen, for all I know, this guy might be a G, right? This dude might be the G who pulls off her hair, smacks her backside, and says, "Who's her daddy?" But when you have micro mannerisms like this, it's hard to take you seriously. It's hard to take you seriously. And you want to know something? This black woman is proud she has this guy. You want to know why she's proud? Listen. If he were any other race, she wouldn't be caught dead in public with this guy. She got her a white boy. Now she is now she's got a YouTube channel. She's all on YouTube, all out in the public. This woman is proud as hell, even though this picture kind of makes her look like a fruit fly, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. I mean, listen, seriously, does this guy look like he bats from one side of the plate? No. I mean, listen, and again, I'm sure everything is everything, but this guy kind of looks like he's a Roberto Alomar. Kind of looks like a Chipper Jones, if you guys are catching my meaning, right? Looks kind of like an Eddie Murray. Listen. I don't make the rules, guys. I don't make the rules. I call them like I see them. This dude is just effeminate. That's just all there is to it. For this black woman to submit to a guy who has these mannerisms, and listen, I'm sure he's a wonderful dad and father. I'm sure he is. But there's no way she's actually turned on by this guy, right?
Hey,
Something? A little something for y'all?
Yes, this is called Tips for Black Women.
Why you should never marry a white guy.
Did you see that? She started to talk. He cut in, and she stopped talking. This is amazing. This guy, listen, and again, I'm not trying to be mean-spirited. This guy has not a masculine bone in his body. Listen, I am jealous of his smile, though. Right? Like, this white boy's got some great teeth. If I keep my aligners in long enough, I think in another couple of months, I'll have a smile that kind of looks like his. I'm hating on the teeth. Not mad at you there. But this guy doesn't have a masculine bone in his body yet. As soon as he starts talking, she falls back. Incredible.
You should never. So this video really is a response to our videos that almost has 100,000 views.
Yeah.
Oh,
thank
God.
you.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. So because it has 100,000 views, y'all are legit. Got it.
We've read all the comments, all 500 plus of it, to all of them.
Oh, boy.
And
Big Brandon is stupid. He says perhaps a weak Mickey Tettleton. No, you did not just go way back to the 1991 Detroit Tigers, Brandon. No, you didn't just do that. Mickey Tettleton, man, that is a blast from the past. Yo, I got mad respect now for you, man. Wow, Mickey Tettleton, wow. Dude, I haven't said that dude's name since 1991, man. Mickey Tettleton, but yes, he definitely appears, he moves like a Mickey Tettleton.
we saw a
Terry Pendleton. Let's keep it going, guys. Terry Pendleton, what else you guys got for me?
recurring theme.
Mm-hmm.
As far as white men are concerned.
Yeah.
So
Oh, see, look at how she says white men, like she's so proud. Watch.
as far as white men.
Oh, look at her. Oh, I'm just I got me a white boy. I'm the shit, bitch. No, don't think so.
Are concerned.
Yes.
So we wanted to address that a little bit in this video. So
Okay, well,
If
let's
you're
do it.
interested, as we enter that topic a little more, come along with us.
that's right.
Tips for black women. Why you should never marry a white guy. Now, let me stop it right here. Please, Andrew says a pale Tim Raines. All right, listen. You guys got to stop. You guys are gonna derail me. I can't do that. I cannot do that all day. I can't do it. No, seriously, you guys got to stop, man. That dude said a pale Tim Raines. That's enough. If you guys keep going, dude, honestly, I'm gonna have to hide the chat, man, because I'm not gonna make it if y'all keep doing that. Oh my God. Okay, all right. Let me get my composure back. So the title by itself. C-Dub dropped Otis Nixon. Okay, guys, really, we gotta stop. Seriously. Oh my God. Otis Nixon, who looked like he was about 84 years old, right? That dude could run, though. He could run. All right. Let's get Otis Nixon. All right. But the title alone implies, and the title alone is very condescending. Okay? Tips for black women. Why you should marry a white guy. Here's why this title is condescending. There are many articles, Reddit posts, stories, videos warning black men about the perils of dating white girls. And the reason these things exist is because black men regularly date white girls. So much so that there are articles, videos, TV show, well, not TV shows, articles and videos talking about, hey, listen, if you're going to date white girls, there's some shit you need to know, right? Like you got to know X, Y, and Z. The reason these videos exist is because black men in droves are dating white women. Well, the title of this video, Tips for Black Women, Why You Should Marry a White Guy, says so as though white guys are lining up around the block to marry black women. That's why this is condescending. Listen, and look, check this out, man. My mother's a black woman. My sisters are black women. I love them both. White dudes ain't checking for y'all, man. I'm just trying to tell you, man. I'm just trying to tell you, I'm tired of seeing sisters get disappointed because they buy into this nonsense, right? They see Meghan Markle marry Prince Harry and think they're going to have a bunch of Prince Harrys. No, it does not work that way. I've had black women say, yeah, well, Jason Kelce likes black women. Yes, Jason Kelce, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. That dude loves him some black girls. He was on a reality show one time, a dating reality show where he was the main guy. It's like 16 black girls. He was in heaven. Listen, Jason Kelce is the major exception to the rule. He's a good-looking, apex alpha male, white guy who likes black women, and that's okay. Robert De Niro, same thing. Devin was telling me the other day, Robert De Niro's got like 6 mixed kids out there running around, probably even more than that. Robert De Niro loves black women. That's what he prefers. But the average white dude ain't checking for black women, man. And for this title to sit here and say, why you should never marry a white guy, that indirectly implies that you can marry them. That you can marry them. No. Girl, I'm going to tell you what, don't go marry a white boy. What the hell are you going to say that for? White boys are not trying to put a ring on sisters' fingers. I'm not saying that to be mean-spirited, man. I'm saying it because it's true. Like, seriously. Listen, TLC said it best. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Right? And this isn't to say that white guys are more valuable or somehow better than us. No, nothing to do with that. But if we're keeping it all the way real, white guys are at the top of the sexual food chain. That's all there is to it. When it comes, and I don't know, brothers are probably a distant to close-ish second. But at the end of the day, most women prefer white guys, black women included. This is how this goes. Videos like this just continues to feed this ridiculous delusion. Oh, you know what? I'm done with niggas. I'm gonna go swirl. No, sweetie, you can't just decide to swirl. It don't work that way. And if you do decide to swirl, you end up with dudes who look and act like this.
All right, we're gonna be.
You want that?
Giving you 5 reasons why you should never marry a white guy.
Oh.
All right, number 1 reason why you should never marry a white guy. Mm-hmm. If you think he will always be romantic, you shouldn't marry a white guy.
Or if you think he's going to be more romantic
than someone else of another culture or skin color.
Just because he's white.
Right.
Baby.
hey. No.
Oh, look! Listen, baby. Oh, I speak from personal experience because I dated a bunch of white boys before I got with you. Like, who is this bitch trying to fool?
No, hold on.
Let me just say, I'm a work in progress.
Jory is romantic.
Jesus. Oh my God!
But he's not.
Oh no! Please, Andrew Honeywood said Pete Rose.
Romantic all the time.
Right.
And so we don't want to give the wrong impression.
Right.
Right. We want to make sure we put out there what is consistent with who we are.
Yeah, this is so funny. This woman is speaking to us as though she is an expert. Yes, take it from me, ladies. I'm a black woman and I'm married to a white guy, but I wouldn't advise you do it. Like someone like me, I can do it, but no. Listen. If you think marrying white boys is all peaches and cream, I got news for you, honey. No. You don't want none of this. Get out of here with this.
I want to be honest.
And if I'm honest, Jory does bring me flowers, like just out of the blue.
No, this guy brings you flowers out of the blue, and look at her. She could not be any less turned on. He does bring me flowers out of the. Oh my. Okay, y'all gotta stop. Hold on, listen, I gotta block the chat. He said she is so willingly docile with vanilla Bobby Bonilla. I gotta block the chat. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta cover up the chat because I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Hold up, man. That dude said vanilla Bobby Bonilla. Oh my goodness. Okay. But but she is speaking to us as though she just dates white guys all the time. This is incredible. You want to know something? Black women that watch this, they think, you know what? Hell, if she can do it, I can do it. Unbelievable. Oh, wait a minute. I was not on point there. My bad. And now we
Brandy
can...
Flowers.
Yeah.
And yeah, he'll do little things here and there. And when we were like dating or newly married, it was a little different. It was more of those things. Yeah. But after children, your focus changes. Like
you have to be much more intentional.
Yeah.
And that goes for anyone. And
okay, this sounds like chicken soup for the soul. You have to be much more intentional. What the hell does that mean? Everything I do is intentional. I intentionally wake up. I intentionally dominate life. That's what I do. Come on, man. Get out of here.
Right.
I'll be the first to admit that it didn't come natural for me to be romantic.
Oh! Well, how about this? Vanilla Bobby Bonilla used to be an alpha male. Oh, not me. I was never romantic. Believe it or not, I wasn't always this romantic. I was the alpha male. Oh, God.
I have to work against the grain.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. I have to work against the grain. Against what grain are you working against that causes you to upspeak? Like, I used to be like this super alpha, and I had to sort of like work against the grain and become the romantic man I am today because I was kind of a bad boy back in the day. Black women, these are your options. These are your options, black women. Don't get it twisted. You know it, and I know it.
Really think about it to do it.
And I have to, sorry, baby, to interrupt you.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Let's rewind that one mo again. Listen to this.
And really think about it to do it.
And I have to, sorry, baby, to interrupt you.
Wow! Holy shit! Listen, I got to watch that one more time. I can't believe my eyes and ears.
Really think about it.
Wow!
To do it.
And I have to, sorry, baby, to interrupt you.
Dude, when is the last time you saw a black woman say to any man, regardless of race, I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'll wait. Any takers? Any takers? Gentlemen, this is where we are with black women. This woman is willfully and wantonly submitting wholly, completely submitting to this guy. This dude acts like he's Robin. Oh, wait a minute. All right. This dude is not the most masculine and domineering. He's not. Yet here this woman is. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Didn't mean to interrupt you. And you know what's interesting about this, man? Like, I have never, ever seen or heard this in action. It had never occurred to me that black women, I thought that black women didn't submit to male authority, period. I thought black women were like, you know what? Hey, I'm a black woman. I'm strong. I'm independent, blah, blah, blah. You can't tell me nothing. I didn't know that they submitted to white dudes, man. And if she's submitting like this to this white dude, I can't even imagine what a good-looking dude. Imagine what Jason Kelce's girls are doing. Oh, I'm sorry, Travis Kelce. I get the Kelce brothers mixed up. Jason Kelce is the center for the Eagles, brother of Travis Kelce. Very cool story. They both have Super Bowl rings. But if this woman is this submissive to this guy, imagine what Travis Kelce's women are like. Listen, I can guarantee you. Travis Kelce got 3 girlfriends. Sheikah, La Sheikah, and Kashika. And they all willingly share him. I can promise you that. Because listen, I don't know if you guys know what Travis Kelce looks like. That's a good-looking dude. That's a good-looking dude, man. And, dude, the black girls he's with? Yo, Travis Kelce, listen, don't get it twisted. Travis Kelce gets him some dime pieces. Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt about that. But to see what guys like Minister Jap have been talking about for years, this is incredible. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this.
And I also had to tell him what things I liked.
Right.
So it wasn't like one day, like after his parents birthed them and he
Oh my
grew up
God.
and like boom, he's romantic.
Right.
Oh,
He knows how to make me feel happy. He knows what those things are. Sometimes it's a matter of reminding. Like,
yes. I definitely have had to grow into those things.
yes. So he wasn't born with it. This ain't
No.
Maybelline.
Right.
Oh, God. Listen, he wasn't always this romantic. He used to be pretty alpha. But now he's not. Oh, God.
So when it comes to, you know, black guys, white guys,
Right.
Asian guys, Hispanic guys, doesn't matter. You name it, guys. It just depends on the individual guy, whether he's
Right.
romantic or not.
Right.
And some will be better at it than others, but
Right.
understand that that is something you can grow.
Look, just listen. Listen. Watch this. Hold up. This is incredible. One thing that I've actually just recently discovered, and maybe I'm late to the party on this, is you can tell a lot about a couple if you can tell a lot about what's happening on the screen if you watch with the sound down. Watch this. I'm going to mute the sound and I'm going to play the video and just watch. He's talking. Her eyes, look, her eyes are totally out. She glanced at the camera. Eyes totally on him. Totally on him, right? Look at this agreement. Dude, her eyes are locked onto this dude. Look. Unbelievable. Look. Oh my God. Yo. Wow. That's incredible. Dude, this is incredible. This is incredible. Listen, man, apologies to Minister Jap, man. I did not know. I had no idea that black women were this submissive, period. I had no idea. I don't really give a shit, right? I don't care that they submit to white guys and don't submit to black. I don't care. I don't mess with them anyway. But I'll be damned if it's not true. This is incredible. This is incredible. All right, let's read some super chats here. D-Train says, yo, real life Gator from the other guys, right? Blue Lion, 7342, $5, says, I rarely see a white guy that white girls would call high value with a black woman. Black women get the on sale white guys and act like they paid full MSRP for them. That's a very good comment, Blue Line. You know, the interesting thing is black women like to say the same thing about black men. There's just one problem. It's not true. You see, the average white guy, the average dating market value of the average white guy that black women can attract has nowhere near the adjacent dating market value in terms of the quality of white girls that us black dudes can date. Dude, I have dated, smashed, straight dime pieces, man. Dude, I smashed some of the hottest white girls out there. Real talk. I ain't smashing chicks like this. Hell no. That is an apt comparison. They act like they paid sticker, but they act like they paid full MSRP, but really they got them on sale. That's actually quite hilarious. Oh, wow, Lorenzo Telefero died. That's kind of crazy. C-Dub says, I've never seen a woman so simultaneously bored, yet deferent and submissive at the same time. Weird combination. Yeah, she doesn't really appear to be, I don't know, I don't want to say she's not having a good time, but you can see in this freeze frame, it's all just kind of an act, right? Right? Like, is she really, listen, whether a woman is really submissive or not, I don't really care. As long as you act that way, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, no. Oh, no. C-Dub says it doesn't come natural to him to be romantic with women. When it's raining men, he gets his Romeo real quick. He gets his Romeo on. He gets his Romeo on real quick. Wow. Wow. Amar Kermani says you should marry a white dude because, 1, he can do better than you. 2, He's already at the finish line at 3. He's on the right side of BLM. Oh, you guys are good. Derek Nonnenmacher, $5 says this guy isn't white, he's clear. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. This is insanity. This is insanity. The Marfuki man, I missed this $5 super chat earlier, says, I'm working till 8 tonight by myself building a kitchen. Can I call myself a Figma for being the lone cabinet wolf? Yes, Marfuki man. You are, I now dub thee the Figma male. Go forth and be prosperous. Yes, the Marfuki man is the first official, authentic Figma male. My congratulations to the Marfuki man. Okay, let's break this down a little bit more. Here we go.
When it comes to being romantic, a lot of it depends on upbringing and personality.
Yeah.
If a young man saw his father being romantic toward his mother, then that's something that he will have picked up.
Yeah.
And, you know, if his personality...
Yeah, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. He has no idea what he's talking about. It's all chicken soup for the soul. But again, his black wife is just all on board. This is incredible.
Lends itself, that's another thing that could
Right.
help him be more that way.
Right.
That doesn't write off the guys that aren't naturally that way, but
Right.
some guys can have more of a leaning toward that.
Towards that.
Yeah, and then be a little better at it.
Right. I had a friend. We had a friend.
Mm-hmm.
They were black.
Oh, see that? I had a friend. She wanted to be like the typical black woman. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm with a white boy. We had a friend. Look, watch. Just watch. Just watch. I had a friend. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. We had a friend. Watch this.
And then be a little better at it.
Right. I had a friend. We had a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. This is incredible. This is abso-freaking-lutely incredible. I can't believe what I'm seeing, man. I really can't believe what I'm seeing.
They were a black couple, and
Mm-hmm.
like he actually planned their entire wedding. Like chose her wedding dress.
Unbelievable.
Like told her where to be. Had the makeup artist and hair artist.
Yeah,
like
he nailed
like
it. Yeah,
ready
for
to
sure.
go.
Oh, see, that's the problem right there. Oh, yeah, he nailed it. This is your options, sisters. These are your options. We know a black couple, black man planned the whole wedding. The makeup girl, this and that and the third. Oh, he nailed it. No, he didn't. She's getting nailed by somebody else. Women aren't attracted to men like this, man. Except, of course, if you're a black woman and he's a white guy.
And she walked down this fairy tale wedding. So it was just like, he's black guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like to write someone off just because he's black or Indian or Asian is
Oh, here we go.
kind of
Here we go.
very narrow-minded,
Right.
for
Jesus
the lack of a better
Christ.
word.
Here we go, narrow-minded. Listen.
But we just want you guys to be more open.
Yes.
And open in the sense of, if he fears the Lord, if he fears the Lord, that should be like
That's a great
Oh,
start.
yeah, yeah. And here we go with the Bible thumping. Here we go.
that's the highest start.
Right. Yeah, that's the highest standard for sure.
Yeah, because
Blue Lion 7342 makes a very astute observation. $2 super chat says she has no ring on her finger, FYI. That is quite interesting. So this might be fake submission. Johnny Guido in Sharpe Stream says this entire relationship seems somewhat cringe. Yeah, they're both acting feminine, right? Listen, man, in a typical relationship, there's someone who acts feminine and someone who acts masculine. It doesn't necessarily, it's not exactly gender determined. There are some men who are effeminate, like this one, and there are women who act masculine. She's not acting masculine, but he's acting feminine. This is weird, man. This is weird.
everything else will fall into place.
Yeah.
Um,
And we
Yeah.
may be able to do some more videos. I'm thinking about some ideas for
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
things about compatibility and
Oh,
such.
look at Mr.
That we could.
Look at her pretending she wants to have more of this guy's kids. Look at this woman pretending to be turned on. Was Robin Ventura a switch hitter? I don't know. Either way, look at her pretending to be turned on by him. right? She continues to validate his effeminate ways. And look at him. He's like, oh, yeah, well, you know, I am the alpha. Ay, ay, ay.
That we could address, but let's get on with our list. You ready?
Number 2 is if you think he's just balling and he's going to fix all your financial problems.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Baby. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen because...
it won't always happen.
No, my hubby here pulled up in a Chevette to pick me up.
1982 Chevy Chevette.
I was like, you couldn't even borrow your mama's car?
This dude picked up this woman in a junk bucket and ended up marrying her. Okay, that's what I thought, Big Brandon. I thought he was a switch hitter because he was a third baseman. He's a left-handed batter who threw right-handed. Okay, appreciate that. Okay, yeah. Of course, my favorite recollection of Robin Ventura is when Nolan Ryan hit him with the ball on purpose. Robin Ventura runs out to the pitcher's mound. Nolan Ryan grabs him, puts him in a headlock, and gives him a noogie. Greatest baseball fight ever. Greatest baseball fight ever. And I think Nolan Ryan was like 46 years old at the time. Kicked Ventura's ass. It was great. But this guy picked this woman up in a junk bucket, and look how pleased he is with it. Oh my God, I picked her up in a junk bucket, and I ended up marrying her. Jazz hands. Do you think a sister would give the time of day to a nigga who rolls up in a 1982 Chevrolet Chevette? You know what she's saying to that dude? She's like, nigga, please go on somewhere. Real talk. Real talk. But here this guy is. All he has to be is the right shade, and it doesn't matter what he rolls up in. Wow. Oh, my God.
Like, for real?
My car was two-tone. It was red.
Listen to
and
this.
Rust.
Unbelievable. His car is red and red. Oh, she's just tickle pink. Oh, my God. It was just so terrible. And I married this white boy. Oh, my goodness. Imagine my delight.
Awesome.
Oh, my God, though. This is cringe, man. This is crazy.
When we would be on the highway, we couldn't converse because it was so loud.
Yeah. My muffler
Oh, my God. Oh, my
was
God.
a little hodgepodge, a little old.
A little.
One day I pulled into the gas station to get gas, and I hear like a clunk, and I look out my rearview mirror, and I see my muffler rolling out through the parking lot, literally rolling away from my car. And I never really bothered to get it fixed because it was such an old car. But needless to say, it was extremely loud.
It was so loud. Another thing was like Jory's naturally a fast driver, so like I have to say, babe.
Oh, he's like, shh, don't tell everybody I'm a bad boy. Oh my God, this is cringe, man.
Do you even know how fast you're going? And I look over and the thing's not moving.
Yeah, my speedometer did not work. Yeah.
The heating system also didn't work. Like, so it was in the winter, you would like have to put me in like several blankets to bundle me up. Oh my gosh.
I think what it was is I couldn't do it from defrost to heat.
Oh.
So I just kept it on defrost because I wanted to be able to see out the
where
windows.
we're going.
So your feet would just freeze.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I was like really tiny when we were dating. And
Oh, there we go. There we are. I'm going to address the ridiculous nonsense that just happened right after this. Here we go. I was really tiny when we were dating. Look at her now. Does she look tiny to you? Nope. Truthfully, he's probably at the same weight that he was when they first met. She, not so much. She, not so much. But you hear this crazy tale about how terrible his car was, and she ended up marrying him. This is how low the standard is for black women who want to date white guys. Right? This guy right here. Listen, I'm gonna wrap this all up in a pretty little bow for you. This dude right here. Okay? I can't think of another switch hitter right off the top of my man. I'm drawing a complete blank. But this dude right here, who's how can I put this? His sexual compass is suspect at best. This guy right here is equivalent to a white girl dating a black guy who is rotund, covered in tattoos, probably has bad breath, a couple of kids, who's unemployed. That's what this is. This guy is the equivalent, this guy to a black woman is the equivalent of a very rotund white girl, bunch of tattoos, bunch of kids, trailer park. Do you think I would date a woman? Do you think I would date a white girl equivalent to this guy right here? Hell no. Hell no. So, listen, man, at the end of the day, black women, listen, if you want to swirl, you can swirl. But y'all, like, dude, y'all ain't fooling us. Y'all ain't getting with Robin Thicke. Y'all ain't getting with Travis Kelce. Y'all ain't get with Prince Harry, although, I don't know, Prince Harry might actually take one of y'all. No. Y'all ain't getting these dudes, man. Y'all ain't getting Shia LaBeouf. You're not getting Ryan Philippe. Y'all ain't getting these dudes, man. Listen, just because what's her name? Just because Rihanna did it doesn't mean you can do it. Not like her anyway. If you decide to swirl, these are your choices. That's all I got for you. Ay, ay, ay. And that's the memo. Holy moly. Holy cannoli, man. That was just, dude, that was incredible. I've never, and you know, you hear about this stuff all the time as I attempt once again to try my damnedest not to have to wear headphones. I think I already have a headache. But it had never occurred to me that it really is like this. I did not know. I had no idea that black women submitted to this degree to white guys. Never knew it. Never, ever knew it. Dude, this is absolutely the most incredible thing I have ever seen. All right, let me see if it's going to let me switch over. Yeah, I have a feeling what I do while the 10-minute timer is going on is I run downstairs, I get my water, take a little bit of kratom, spray on some cologne. Listen, before I come on the air every night, dude, I take a shower, I lotion up, man, I get my beard all straight, I spray on cologne. I'm like I take this seriously, man. I like to listen, when I'm on the air, I like to look my best and smell my best. I do. Real talk. Oh, wait a minute. I heard that. Huh, you know what? This might actually not be so bad. So, hang on a second. I'm going to do something here quickly. Just bear with me here for just a second. Here we go.
Narrow-minded.
Oh, that's me. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm sitting here thinking that this was the actual. Okay, never mind. That was dumb. That was very dumb of me. Let me actually try something else here, because I might actually be able to pull this off without my AirPods Pros or a headset. I'd much rather have the AirPod Pros, but it is what it is. You can't have it all. I will be switching to Ecamm Live very, very soon, because OBS has it's overstayed its welcome. There are too many. My needs can no longer be met with OBS. OBS carried me this far. There ain't no doubt about it. I mean, OBS held it down, but listen, man, the show is getting better. Technology is getting better. It's time for me to. It is absolutely 100% time for me to change software. So let me try something here. Let me try something here. Just give me a second, because I think this might actually work.
That's a red flag.
Okay. Whoa. Okay. All right. So that actually came out of my... Okay, that came out of my speakers. Okay. Okay. True Gino says audio hypergamy. Fastback GT says he's marrying... He's a white chick dating Patrice O'Neal. TMI Flesh, or TM Flesh, $5, says, I wonder how much of this behavior is her acting for the camera. Listen, that's a very good question. Rob Sawyer, along those same lines, says, could be an act for YouTube and likes with a sus dude. You'll see more of this. I don't know what sus means. Oh, suspect. Suspect. See, listen, man, I can get with the slang a little bit. I can get with the slang. I can understand this stuff. I recently learned. I was down in Miami and I recently learned what capping means. I had no idea. Like I was like fresh, and it was like right before when I was like, dude, I know this is gonna make me sound old and stupid, but what does no cap mean? Man, he cracked up laughing. He's like, no, don't worry, man. It's like you're not stupid. It means that you're not lying. Like you're not telling a story. It's like, oh, that's what it means. That's what it means. So then when I caught the caller in a lie, I said, don't cap. Stop capping. So I felt cool. I felt like the young guys, felt like one of the kids. Red Pill Mike, $5, says this is a classic example of two people who see the other as the prize, and the rest of the world is pointing and laughing at their bottom feeding. Oh, man. Dude. Unbelievable. Peter B, $5, says my sister's married a weak white man, and she is the nicest and most feminine I have ever seen in my life. Wow. I cannot, dude, you know, like I said, when I hear Jap talk about this stuff, even I thought, dude, listen, man, black women need a man too, right? Like black women are attracted to masculine characteristics. Of course they are. If you are sus, I guess as I pick up on the jargon and the lingo, if you are a sus white dude, I figured ain't nobody checking for y'all, right? Like that's what I thought. Nope. Apparently black women completely and wholly submit to white dudes no matter what. No matter what. Incredible, man. Incredible. This just goes to show that black women absolutely can be feminine. Apparently it takes a white guy. Who knew? Who knew? And again, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not, I can't believe that my own women do. I could not give less of a you know what. Don't care. Don't care. Do not care. Listen, have at it. Have at it. I am happy for the two of you. Okay. Let us get to the phone calls. We actually had a few really good phone calls. The Patrice O'Neal hotline, the Patrice O'Neal voicemail line is, dude, it's lit up. Got guys calling in from all over the world, and I guess when you give away an $800 course series, I guess that encourages people to call up. No cap. No cap. No cap. All right, let me find where my callers are. Okay, so. All right. So, our first call is from an attorney up in Canada who was introduced to the red pill by an inmate who was a pimp. Let's take a listen.
Hello, Mr. Sharpe. I'm a lawyer here in Canada. My first name is Leon. Anyway, I just wanted you to know that many years ago when I was a young blue pill lawyer, the firm I was working with sent me to jail to interview a client. And this particular man was a pimp. And when I got there, there were a whole bunch of women, like at least 5 or 6 women, and they were all there to put money into the guy's account so that he could buy things at the canteen. So I sat down with this guy and I said to him, look, with all due respect, you got to explain this to me. How is it that you've got all these women coming to jail to put money into your account? I mean, you can't do anything for them. You're locked up. And I just have to ask you, with all due respect, what is the magic? How are you doing all of this? And the man laughed. He laughed. And he says, look, there's only a few things a woman would ever want from a man. And that is, you have to be a man. You have to have balls, and you have to have guts, and you have to stand up for yourself. And if you do those things, you can have just about any woman. And that was the first time I started to get some red pill awakening. So I wanted to tell you about it, and I'm telling you about this today because I saw your YouTube discussion about the importance of game, and that guy in jail back in 1996, he showed me the importance of game.
Thanks for the call, Leon, and thank you for a fascinating story. There you have it, guys. There you have it. This dude was in prison and had multiple women bringing him money to put on his books to get commissary. Not just one or two women, guys. Not just one or two women. This dude had a gaggle of chicks, 5 or 6. And what's the one thing Leon said that guy told him made him able to do this? Just be a man. That's it. That's it. Have backbone and stand your ground. There are women who are in relationships with free men. Men who are not in prison, men who are not incarcerated. And how do these women treat these men? Like garbage. Yet, an inmate who has absolutely zero freedom, he has to ask when to take a piss. He gets told when he goes to sleep. He gets told when to eat and drink. He's got no leverage, gets better treatment than a man who is walking free. And the one difference between him and all the other guys is masculinity. Unbelievable story, Leon. And listen, thank you again for calling. And listen, man. Listen, Leon, if you're watching or listening, I would actually like for you to maybe come onto the show and give a little more detail about the conversation you had with the guy in prison. I'm sure it wasn't just a quick, I don't know. If there was more to the story, I would be fascinated. I'd be fascinated to hear all about it. Okay, let's go to Chris in San Diego, who called in about the recent interview I did with Dr. Thunder. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Donovan, this is Chris in San Diego calling. Just watched the video with the doctor, and holy smoke, you guys crushed it on that back and forth conversation. Definitely excited to go back and check out some of his content, and well done on that interview and / conversation with the doctor, with a good doctor. All right, keep pushing that red pill knowledge. Later.
Thanks a lot, Chris. I really appreciate it. As you guys now see that even though I look and smell my best, a lot of times I just wear my underwear on the air. Anyway, yeah, that interview was a lot of fun, man. For me, it's always a lot more relaxing when I don't have to steer the ship, right? Like every podcast that I'm a part of, I'm the guy at the helm, right? Like I'm the guy steering the ship. But every once in a while, when I get an opportunity to have a conversation with a solid guy like Dr. Thunder, I always enjoy it because number one, I really like talking with like-minded men is always edifying. And number two, all I have to do is talk. I don't have to push buttons. I don't have to worry about graphics. I don't have to worry about a studio. I don't have to worry about anything. I just sit there and talk. Relax. So thanks again, Chris, for calling in. And guys, make sure you go and subscribe to Dr. Thunder's channel. Our interview isn't up on my channel anymore because it was not fully monetized, but it is on his channel. So if you guys want to hear that interview, if you guys want to check that out, I think it was about an hour and a half, maybe an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours long. Head on over to his channel and check that out. That is Dr. Thunder. Okay, let us go to Jarvis, who has a word or two about the Thigma male. Let's take a listen.
Hey, this is Jarvis from Georgia. I like the show, love the show, been following Donovan for quite some time. The only thing I had to comment was the content that I've been seeing on Sigma males has never said that the Sigma male was above
Here we go.
the alpha male.
Here we go.
It says that they're actually equal to the alpha male. They just may not care to lead a pack or to be in, have high titles or positions like the alpha male. For
yeah.
example, maybe the blue collar worker guy that makes just as much as the guy that's the director of sales of a company. And the comparison of that to Derek Jackson is way different. Derek Jackson basically sells dreams and tells the women that they are the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
For a Sigma male, from what I've been researching, you can't just be the way you are. You have to be an alpha male first. You just, most alpha males, they go and approach women all the time and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Sigma males may not. Women may approach them sometimes or try to talk to them sometimes.
Oh!
And
Well,
I've seen this even with
my
own
mistake.
father, who is over 6 feet, makes 6 figures, has an MBA, et cetera, et cetera. So that's all I want to say. Thanks for the show, guys. I'm tuned in. Thanks for everything. Peace.
Yeah, thanks for calling, Jarvis. Okay, so now we are back to the Sigma male discussion. Listen, man, I knew this was going to come, and, the Sigma guys are probably they're going to be all on my case. But, so let me address Jarvis's first assertion that he has never heard or seen any content about Sigma males that say that they are greater than alphas.
One of us has an archetype that we naturally identify with more than the others. Now, for many men, the alpha and the sigma archetypes come more naturally. Single one of us has an archetype that we naturally identify with more than the others.
Community.
Now, for many men, the alpha and the sigma archetypes come more naturally. Single one of us has an archetype that we naturally identify with more than the others.
Sigma male.
Now, for many men, the alpha and the sigma archetypes come more naturally. Single one of us has an archetype.
But seriously, real talk. Let me get a little bit serious here. Granted, there are some, graphics and charts that do say that sigmas are equal to alphas, right? But most of what I've seen claim that sigmas are superior. Secondly, there are blue-collar workers out there that make more money than a guy who is a director of sales, but that doesn't mean that he is a sigma or that he is equal to the director of sales. Yes, there are blue-collar workers who make more than white-collar workers. Okay, these guys are plumbers, millwright, welders, and other skills that could be acquired by going to a vocational school. But I'm assuming Jarvis is talking about two men working for the same company. So let me offer you this, Jarvis. Had it ever occurred to you that maybe the blue-collar guy doesn't care about leadership positions because he knows he cannot lead? Show me a man who does not want to advance his station in life, and I will show you a man who lacks ambition. Also, to imply that it is somehow negative for men to want to strive for certain positions in life and characterize that as a title is a misnomer at best and an incorrect assertion at once. If a man wants to rise through the ranks to become a CEO, that doesn't make him a slave to the title. That makes him a slave to his biological ambition to thrive, succeed, and dominate. This is something these Sigma male advocates like to tout as their battle cry. We don't care about titles. We don't care about women. We don't care about money or material things. We're far too complex and deep thinking for that. Yet, whenever they're telling everyone their laundry list of qualifications and exemplary traits, they are always the first to talk about how attractive being a Sigma is to a woman and how much money Sigmas make compared to alphas. Then to top it off, they are literally married to the very title of Sigma. The more Sigmas tell the world they don't care, the more obvious it is that they do indeed care. Thirdly, I have no idea what Derek Jackson has to do with Sigmas, so I'm not exactly sure where he fits into that discussion. Fourth, you said Sigma males may not approach women like alphas do. You are incorrect. Sigmas never approach women because they are afraid to. But they can't tell people that they're afraid. So they have to say, we are merely introverted alphas. We don't chase women because it's beneath us. And why should we? The women just flock to us because of our mysterious disposition. And listen, dude. I'm sure your father had women approach him. Listen, I'm sure you're not capping about that. Like, he's tall. I'm assuming he's good looking and all the rest of that. But I don't know what your father's personality was. I mean, for all I know, he might have been outgoing and gregarious and, dare I say, alpha. Here's something else to consider, Jarvis. The women your father grew up around are very, very different from the women you are growing up around today. That's the first thing. Number two, I'm sure women did approach your father. But guess what, Jarvis? That is the exception. Women rarely approach men because they've never had to and they are ill-equipped to handle rejection. Let's just get biological here. This is why men play the active role in the courting process, and this is the courting romantic, and women play the passive role. This is biology. So calling my show and telling me, well, my dad was a Sigma male and women approached him all the time, that is simply trying to use the exception as the rule. Newsflash, Jarvis, women don't approach quiet men. They don't flock to men who give off a mysterious kind of vibe. No! They avoid these men like the plague because they're fucking creepy. Now, I guess if I were maybe like a James Harden or a Tom Brady, maybe LeBron James, then yeah, women would flock to me and I wouldn't have to say a damn thing. So if that's a Sigma male, all right, I'll buy that. But for the rest of us, guys like you and me, that ain't how it works. If you want something in life, as a man, if you want something in life, you have to be proactive to get it. You gotta go get it. You don't get the promotion at work by just sitting at your desk and maintaining status quo. Right? Like, you don't become successful by just not doing nothing. You don't acquire and run your own business by sitting around talking about it. You don't become wealthy by wishing on a star. And you don't attract women by being in their proximity and not saying a damn thing to them. This is not how this works, Jarvis. Oh, wait a minute. Sigmas don't care about women. My bad. All jokes aside, here's the bottom line, Jarvis. Men who cling to this Sigma archetype, are simply men who do not have a social aptitude to be what they think is an alpha. Does this make them bad people? Of course not. Of course, listen, man, some guys are introverts, some guys are not. That's how it is. Not everybody can be extroverted. Fortunately, social aptitude is something that men can actually learn. If a man puts himself in socially uncomfortable situations or situations that he is uncomfortable in for the explicit purpose of learning how to become more social and masculine, then he can become more socially literate. But men who are afraid to put themselves in uncomfortable situations so as to acquire a higher social aptitude need to shut their mouths about being more alpha than the alpha. These guys love to talk online and run their mouth in these articles and videos about this nonsense, but then in real life, when they're in front of real people and real women, they're as quiet as a church mouse. They're awkward, they're reclusive. And because they can't come to grips with the fact that these kinds of men are not attractive to neither women or men, they characterize this lack of social aptitude as mysterious. Thanks for the call, Jarvis. I hope you make it out of the Sigma community and start spending time with men who actually take action rather than sitting around talking about what they think they are. Ay, ay, ay. Listen, man, listen, at least he called up and spoke his piece, right? At least he had the balls to call it. And listen, here's the thing. See, now what's going to happen is now I'm going to get a flood of phone calls. These wannabe Sigmas. Look, dude, a Sigma male is basically the alpha male's younger, ugly stepbrother, man. That's all it is. So now I'm going to be getting these guys, call my voicemail, Donovan. You have not done enough research on the Sigma male. I don't need to do, dude, if you have to do research on your archetype, I got news for you. That ain't who you are. Here's the thing. When we talk about these archetypes, alpha, beta, sigma, all this other crazy nonsense, alphas and betas, that doesn't really exist, I guess, in the linguistical universe. The only reason why we use the word alpha and beta is because it is shorthand for a personality trait or archetype. That's it. It's just shorthand, right? Listen, every wolf pack has an alpha. Do they call each other alpha in wolf-ese? No, that's him. He's the alpha. He doesn't have to declare he's the alpha. He wrapped his teeth around the neck of the former alpha. He's now laying in a pool of blood. I'm the alpha. Same with lions. The king of the pride, that's the alpha male. Nobody calls him the alpha. They just kind of know he is. Sigma males are the only archetype that All they do is constantly talk about. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Playing a video. Oh, that was a long time ago. All these guys do is sit around and talk about their personality traits. They don't take action. They do not take action. That's all they do is sit around and talk. Well, the rest of the outside world doesn't compare to us because we're Sigma males. We are quiet and mysterious, and we have 12-inch sausages, and we are the secret alphas. We are the introverted alphas. To be a Sigma male, you must be special, like in a video game, or a movie, or a comic book. You cannot be a part of the Sigma male club because you are not Sigma enough. Dude, dude, all of this research, oh my God. Dude, Devin was telling me in the comments, guys were like, oh, you didn't do his research. I don't need to do research. Jesus Christ. These Sigma guys. The reason why these guys do all this research is because they are looking for something to justify their lack of social aptitude. That's it. That's it. This is just, you want to know what the Sigma male movement is? Listen, I'm gonna sum it up for you right now. The Sigma male movement is the same thing as body positivity for women. That's what this is. The Sigma male for men is body positivity for women. You should love me listen, I'm beautiful at any size. The Sigma male says I can get girls even if I don't talk to anybody and I'm creepy. I'm not creepy. I'm mysterious. The plus size girl says I'm not fat. I'm plus size. The Sigma male says, listen, I don't worry myself. I don't worry myself with chasing women. You want to know what the plus size girl says? You know what? I don't need the validation of men anyway. It is literally the same thing. Like, listen, man, dude, all these Sigma guys do, they're trying to make an excuse to not better themselves. And listen, as far as I know, listen, man, listen. I'm not open-minded about too much these days. I'm 43 years old. I've experienced a lot in life. My mind is closed in a lot of different ways. I'm going to try to be open-minded here. If anybody can point me to a Sigma male site, forum, that actually preaches self-improvement, that actually talks about earning the title of Sigma instead of just it being placed upon you because you did a bunch of research that fits your narrative about who you think you are, that has nothing to do with a video game or a movie or anime or a comic book, TSR@DonovanSharpe.com, man. Like, listen, I'm open to it. And, dude, you Sigma idiots, I'm not debating. Dude, would you debate a Sigma male? Nope. I'm not debating anybody. There is no debate. Like, what are we going to debate about? The fact that you think you're a Sigma male? I'll be like, you know what? You want to be a Sigma male? You got it. You got it. Because you can't tell me who you are. You got to show me. All Sigma males do in all of their forums and blog posts and videos is talk about what they are. They don't talk about how to get there. They don't talk about how to maintain it. They just say, we're introverted alphas. We're born this way. We're naturally this way. We don't chase women because, well, women chase us. Bullshit. Give me a break with that. All right, Dev. Apparently, Dev has been... Hang on a second. Oh, wow. Reported you to YouTube. Are you serious? Oh, my God. See, here we go. Now we got... No, boy. All right. Okay. All right. Dr. Thunder says, thanks for the shout-out. Appreciate that. Red Pill Mike with the $5 super chat says, to the Sigma male, life is like being Mike Tyson and not wanting to knock his opponent out because the Sigma is already Mike Tyson. Jesus Christ. Dude, listen, man, I don't know what else to say about these idiots, man. I really don't. And listen, I had no idea that this was actually a thing. Like, I'm sitting here looking at all these YouTube videos. Now, 6 reasons you might be a fake alpha, a fake Sigma. A what? A fake what? Now we got guys out here telling, oh, well, he's a fake Sigma. As if to imply, that people want to be Sigmas so badly that they pretend to be Sigmas. Ay. Andre Francis, $5 says, Sigma male talk at this point is the equivalent of a bunch of males sitting at the bar bragging about their sexual escapades trying to one-up each other. Oh, my God. Jesus. Oh, boy. Ay, ay, ay. Incredible, man. Incredible. I did not expect to be on the air this long. Wow. Fantastic show this evening, guys. Fantastic show this evening. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock-ish Eastern Time is episode 700 of TSR Primetime. I cannot believe I have done 700 episodes and I somehow, only by the grace of the creator himself, managed to recover all of my episodes from episode 1, my introductory podcast, all the way up till now. Let me give you guys a preview, because I'm going to play some of the introductory podcast. I'm actually going to play some of the introductory podcast tomorrow, just so that you guys can see, how far I see, because listen, I wasn't always good at doing this, guys. I wasn't always good at this. I had to work at it. And here I am now 700 episodes later, and I can more or less say I have crossed the 10,000 hour rule. I am officially a professional. So let me play a little bit. This is the very first, the introductory podcast. Jesus Christ, I can't believe this. I did the introductory podcast of TSR, the Sharpe reality from dude, I had just moved from Vegas. I had just separated myself from all that nonsense, going through the transition. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do a podcast. And I did this podcast from my tiny little Reno, Nevada apartment. Let's take a listen.
What's up, everybody? It's your man, Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to the Sharpe Reality Introductory Podcast. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with who I am and what I do, I'm a longtime contributor for Return of Kings. I've been writing for the site for about 3 years, and during that time, I've written about just about everything from women, sports. I've talked a little bit about the racial components of game, and I've even told several of my own stories regarding my failures with women. The list goes on and on. I tell my buddies all the time I could talk about this stuff for hours, and so I decided I'll do a weekly podcast. Now, what the Sharpe reality is going to provide is a little bit different from most red pill or manosphere related material out there. Now, sure, we're going to cover all the basics. We'll talk about girls, game, fitness, etc. But where the Sharpe reality will separate itself is that I'm going to give you guys real world accounts of my personal experiences with all of this stuff. For example, about a year and a half ago, I did an article about the very real dangers of letting a damn had been written about and talked about ad nauseum, but I talked about my own experience with a girl who fucked me over so badly. I lost my car, I lost my job, my apartment.
Wow.
I dropped out of school, started doing cocaine, popping pills, and I ended up having to live with a couple of her drug addict friends because I didn't have anywhere else to go. I was basically homeless. It's a hell of a story, and I'll certainly fill in all the details at some point on a future podcast. But the bottom line is this, guys. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you about something I read about somewhere, or something somebody else did or tried. I'm not going to waste your time with theories or thought experiments. I'm not going to bore you with things like how to pass shit tests, how to approach women, how to be confident, blah, blah, blah. Now, don't get me wrong here. That stuff is important, and you have to have a good foundation, and you got to have a really good handle on those things to start living a better life. But there's plenty of great information on all that stuff. You can find it on Return of Kings, the Roosh V forum, rooshv.com, The Rational Male, Illimitable Men. You can find this stuff anywhere and everywhere. So I'm not going to be another PUA podcast. Everything I discuss here will be things I've actually experienced personally. Most things I'll talk about will be about the things I've gone through myself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm not going to leave anything out to make myself look better or less embarrassing. I'll talk about what worked, what didn't, the lessons I've learned, the changes I've made. Because giving men honest accounts of my successes and my failures has a greater impact. Something else I'll do is take questions from you. If you guys have questions about fitness, game, girls, relationships, finances, anything you can think of that applies to you as a man and helps you to kick life's ass, send them to me. I'll answer them as best I can based on my personal experiences, nobody else's. Now, again, I'm not a fitness expert or a financial guru or anything like that, but I do make my money work very well for me. I'm in great shape, and I do great with women. So if I can answer your questions, or at the very least point you in the right direction, great. If I can't, I will make sure that I find someone who has personal experience in whatever you're asking about, whether it be a close friend of mine, some of my fellow writers at Return of Kings, or even a listener. One way or another, I'll find a way to get the answers, and we'll all learn something. I take tremendous pride in the fact that I'm a self-made man. Everything I am today is because of me and me alone. Nobody taught me how to approach and handle women. Nobody taught me about being financially shrewd and how to save money, because like a lot of you out there, I was raised by a weak father who literally didn't teach me any of that stuff. Now, I certainly don't hold it against him, but I knew I had to figure this shit out on my own. Now, it took a little while, and it certainly wasn't easy. I made a lot of mistakes, had plenty of setbacks, and a lot of embarrassment, but I stuck with it. And eventually everything came together. With the help of the manosphere, I learned how to sleep with pretty girls and do it consistently. Through trial and error, I taught myself how to manage and save my money. I also eventually found the discipline to whip myself into shape after weighing over 300 pounds, and I'll talk about that in a future podcast as well. So to wrap things up here, guys, the main reason I'm doing this is because so many men out here are fucking miserable. You can see it in their faces as you walk by them, driving their cars, at work, what have you. I was in that boat 6-7 years ago, and at the end of the day, we're all on the same side here, guys. I'm almost 40 years old, and I can honestly say that I've never been happier. Sure, my life isn't without its challenges, but I've never been more content with who I am and what I am as a man. And I'd like to share with you guys how I managed to get to this point, and maybe learn a little something from you too. So this coming Tuesday, October 18th, I am launching the first of my weekly podcasts called The Sharpe Reality. They'll be released every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. You can follow me on Twitter at Donovan_Sharpe. That's DONOVAN
Yeah, that account is gone.
_SHARPE. You can also follow me on Facebook. Be sure to check out my website, thesharpereality.com. That's TheSharpereality.com. Now, there you'll find links to all present and future podcast episodes, as well as my articles on Return of Kings, all of them. You can also submit your questions, comments, hate mail, and all that other fun stuff directly to me in the contact section of the website. Thanks for listening, and I will talk to you Tuesday.
And that, it is, I gotta tell you, man, dude, it is absolutely, I can remember it like it was yesterday. I recorded my very first podcast. I actually recorded it on an iPad. I had a cheap little headset with a little mic. I had this really uncomfortable desk, which I later destroyed because of my temper. And 700 episodes later, look at this, man. Look at this. It, honestly, man, it really is an incredible story, man. It really, really is. So, and listen, everything, now there are some things that I've deviated from here and there. Of course, the tides change, but everything I set out to do, I fucking delivered, man. I delivered. Everything that I set out to do in that introductory podcast, I've delivered, man. I have delivered and then some. So, a prelated, is it belated? So an early congratulations to all of you for helping me to get to this point, to episode 700. 700 episodes. It's a mind-boggling number. I still can't even believe we're at this point. Man, that's crazy. All right, let me read the rest of these super chats here. The Marfuki Man, $5 says, Thigma saith, if you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. These guys. Dude, these guys are going to be blowing up my inbox now, man. Ay. Novi2000, $5 says, great show. I wonder who submits when there is a real argument or disagreement between them, right? Well, if there's never a real disagreement because the Sigma male doesn't have to argue. The Sigma male can simply win any argument by simply looking in another man's direction. All he has to do is remain mysterious, and he wins the argument, just like this. Hashtag Sigma male. Appreciate that. Red Pill Mike, $5 says, this summer's Hollywood blockbuster is Undercover Alpha, The Secret Life of the Sigma Male, starring Andy Dick. That's good. Nonstop Dre 360, $2, says, ever considered narrating an audiobook? Why, yes, I have. DPB79, $20 super chat, says, thanks for being truthful about your experiences. Much appreciated. Yeah, man. Just like I said there all those years ago, man, I think it's important to share both your victories and your failures. And I think I've done that here over the, what is that, 2018? That was 3 years ago. So much appreciated. That is going to do it for this, the 699th edition of TSR Primetime. I will see you guys back here. Same bat channel, same-ish bat time for episode number 700 of the Sharpe Reality. Take care, guys.